All right, well, here's a lesson on parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay. Now, if you've probably heard of parallel and perpendicular lines before. If you haven't, you should Google it. Look up what it means to be parallel, two lines that don't cross. Perpendicular is two lines that cross to form right angles. What we're going to try to do today is find the equation of the line that is parallel to a given line or perpendicular to a given line. The key to know about parallel is that the two lines will have the same slope. Okay, that is the key. All right, that they have the same slope. Okay, so if I want to find the equation of the line that's parallel to another line, I just need to figure out the line's slope and then use the same slope for the new line. Here's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, example number 1. Find the line parallel to y equals 2x plus 3 passing through 2, 5. Let's not go 2, 5, just to not confuse you. Let's do 12, 5. Okay, so find the line that's parallel to y equals 2x plus 3 passing through 12, 5. Okay, again, the key here is parallel. And parallel means same slope. Remember, you got to have a slope and a point to make the equation of a line. All right? So we want it to be parallel to this line right here. That means that it needs to have the same slope. So the question is, what is the slope of this line? Now remember, it's y equals mx plus b. So the slope is 2. So to be parallel, you're going to have the same slope. So the slope is going to be 2, and we're going to go through 12, 5. This is not very hard to do, because it's the same work as what you've been doing. We'll actually put our answer in all three forms here. Okay, we'll do it in point slope, slope intercept, and standard form. All right, so here we go. So we know our slope. It's 2, because again, it's got to be the same slope to be parallel. And here's our point 12, 5. We're going to start with point slope form. Okay, so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So you're going to have y minus 5 equals 2 times x minus 12. Okay, we've practiced that many times. That's going to be point slope if I wanted the answer there. Okay, now let's get it into slope intercept form. So we'll distribute 2. So we'll have y minus 5 equals 2x minus 24. We got to get y by itself for slope intercept, so add 5 to the other side, and you're going to have y equals 2x minus 19. That would be slope intercept. Okay. Now, if I want standard form, I move the 2x to the other side. These are all the forms you were working on in class this last week. So you have negative 2x plus y equals negative 19. But remember, with standard form, you don't want any negatives in front of x or any fractions. So we can just divide everything by negative 1. If I divide everything by negative 1, I end up with 2x minus y equals positive 19. And there is the answer for the equation of the line in standard form. Again, because I didn't specify which form I wanted, I did it in all three forms. And it's good review for you anyways. Okay, let's do one more of those. So we'll do another parallel one, and then we'll get into perpendicular. So example 2. Again, I want it to be parallel to y equals 1/3 x plus 5. And we want it to pass through the point 4, 2. Okay, so we want it to be parallel to this and pass through this point. Okay, so again, parallel means same slope. That's what you got to know. Okay, so parallel, same slope. So now we got to look at our line that they gave us, the equation they gave us. And what is the slope? Well, the slope is 1/3. So to be parallel, you're going to have the same slope. So our slope is going to be 1/3, and we're going to pass through the point 4, 2. Okay, this is the same work that you've been doing all week long now. Okay, so put it into point slope form first. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we're going to have y minus 2 equals 1/3 times x minus 4. That'd be point slope. Okay. Now we're going to want to try to get it in slope intercept by distributing. So you're going to have y minus 2 equals 1/3 x minus 4/3. You got to distribute that. Again, I've been saying I don't like the fractions, so I box it here. You should box it as well. Multiply everything by 3. Okay, so if you do that, every single part times 3, you're going to have 3y minus 6 equals. The 3's are going to cancel. That's going to give us 1x. The 3's are going to cancel, leaving us with a minus 4. Again, we're trying to solve for y, so let's keep going. We're going to add 6 to the other side. Okay, and I've got 3y equals 1x plus 2. Now, I'm going to actually write that again over here because I know that it's going to be easy to get standard form from there. Okay, because I won't have fractions. You watch what's going to happen. Now I'm going to divide everything by 3, and then my fractions come back. 1/3 x plus 2/3, and there's my slope intercept. See, again, I'd have to box it, multiply by 3 again. I already did that. If I just go right here, it's a little faster to get standard form. So that's why I just brought that over, wrote it again. So now subtract 1x. So you'd have negative 1x plus 3y equals 2. And now you're going to want to divide everything by negative 1. So x minus 3y, that's a minus 3y, sorry, equals negative 2. And there's your answer in standard form. Okay? Now, let's take a look at what it means to be perpendicular. Okay, so perpendicular, the slopes are opposite reciprocals. Okay, what I mean by opposite is one's positive, one's negative. And reciprocal, you heard of that before when you multiplied fractions, or sorry, divided fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. You flip the fraction over. So slopes are opposite reciprocals. So we're going to do the same thing. A couple of examples here. Let's do perpendicular. I'll just do perp for the abbreviation. Perpendicular to y equals 1/3 x minus 2, passing through 5, negative 7. Okay, well again, to be perpendicular, your slope has to be the opposite reciprocal. So the opposite of my slope here, it's positive, so my opposite is going to be negative. And then I got to flip that fraction over. So it's going to become 3 over 1. You can just say 3, but I wrote 3 over 1. Again, you're going to do the opposite reciprocal. And with your point, 5, 7, negative 7. Now it's just the same work as you've been doing over and over. Point slope form first. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You're going to have y minus negative 7 equals negative 3 times x minus 5. Your minus minus here will turn into plus. Okay, let's go for, that would be point slope. Didn't label it, but that's point slope. Let's go for slope intercept now. So we distribute the negative 3. So you'd have y plus 7 equals negative 3x plus 15. Go ahead and subtract the 7 to the other side to get y equals negative 3x plus 8. And there would be your slope-intercept. And now to get standard form, I just got to move this 3x over there. So add over 3x. And you got it. 3x plus y equals 8. Standard form. Okay? Again, the key to perpendicular is that your slopes are opposite. If it's positive, make it negative, and reciprocals. Flip it over. Okay, let's do one more of those. And then I think you're ready to do your work. Okay, so letter B on this, we want to be perpendicular to y equals, let's go negative 3/2 x plus 2. And we're going to pass through the point, let's go 1, 4. Okay, so perpendicular to this, passing through 1, 4. Again, what does perpendicular mean? It means that the slopes are opposite reciprocals. So if this one is negative, the new slope is going to be positive. You don't have to write positive, but I did. And then you're going to flip the slope over. Slope is 3/2. We'll flip it over. It's going to be 2/3. All right, so here we go. With our point 1, 4, point slope form first. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That'll give us y minus 4 equals 2/3 times x minus 1. If I ask you to put it in point slope form, that's the least amount of work. So you're pretty happy about that, I'm sure. Now to get the other forms, there's some work though. Okay, so we need to distribute. So we're going to have y minus 4 equals 2/3 x minus 2/3. You want to get rid of those fractions. The common denominator here is 3. So multiply every part by 3. And if you do that, you're going to have 3y minus 12 equals, the 3's are going to cancel, 2x. The 3's are going to cancel, minus 2. Add the 12 to the other side. And you're going to have 3y equals 2x plus 10. Now again, here's where I split that off into two problems for, I'll do slope-intercept out of this one, and then I'll do standard form out of this one, because again, I've already gotten rid of my fractions, so there's no reason to get rid of them again. So I'll just write it twice, and then this will give me slope-intercept, dividing everything by 3. So I have y equals 2/3 x plus 10/3. Got it. Divide it. Oh, no, wait, we're trying to get standard form here, so move over the 2x. So you're going to have negative 2x plus 3y equals 10. And then you'll divide everything by negative 1. Remember, you can't have a negative in front of x. You can have a negative anywhere else, just not in front of x. So that makes 2x minus 3y equals negative 10. Okay? All right, so go ahead and find your assignment on Canvas, and you can go ahead and get working on this. Rewatch if you need to. But remember, parallel means same slope. Perpendicular means that the slopes are opposite reciprocals. Again, parallel, same slope. Perpendicular, opposite reciprocals. All right, see you guys in class later this week.